Okay, so right now we have Sam of Big Dog Booking. Tell us about Big Dog and what do you do, and pretty much just give us a whole idea of what Big Dog is.
Okay. Um, Big Dog Booking was founded by Travis Worland and I. Travis is in if you don't know who Travis is, for anyone watching or listening, Travis is like the guitarist or vocalist of like any like really really good band. Stockton, I guess. It's how I would put it. Like he played in Mara when Mara was cool. He's in the Colossal Dream. He's in the eighth year now, doing vocals. He's on tour. Me and Travis founded it. We were living together at the time. Trying to think how it kind of started because I don't really I remember how it started, but it was kind of weird. I think for the most part we were just like, what if we booked a show?
So pretty much, you guys were together and it's like, hey, let's book a show, right?
Basically. I think because you weren't booking shows at the time, and we were kind of like low on local shows. Me personally, I was kind of sick of having to go all the way to San Jose to see a show I wanted to see, or Santa Cruz or Sacramento. When, in my opinion, I think all these bands can play Stockton, and it would work out on their touring routes just the same as it would in Sacramento or some other city. Those scenes are amazing, but I think I don't know. I just wanted to build this Stockton scene kind of the same way you were.
Okay, you just saw a need, like there was a need for this kind of area.
Yeah, especially because the shows you guys were having here, they were great, and I didn't want to see it stop. I wanted to kind of just pick up the torch, get it going.
Yeah, of course.
And get these bands rolling, especially these like local bands that work really, really hard and kind of like just don't get on any cool shows.
Yeah.
I love putting bands on sick shows that deserve it.
That's great. I'm really glad you're doing that. It's probably one of the best things like you're offering right now. There's a lot of things with Stockton, like they don't really get a lot of love, recognition. So it's really great to hear that you're doing that, especially like when you're saying like people don't want to drive to San Jose or they have to drive like an hour or two through the traffic when they can easily just go watch it here.
And those bands that I don't really know exactly what their circumstances are, if they can or can't go out to whatever local scene and play those shows, those bigger shows or whatever. But I know that they would kill it, and they do kill it out here.
Yeah, of course.
So there's no reason why they shouldn't be on. I love seeing like bands like Cheap Shoes and Knee Deep on like really sick like shows with touring bands and shit, because I think they deserve it. I think they've been grinding. I think a lot of bands like that grind, and Stockton deserves it. Yeah.
What do you have in the future? What are your like next plans? What is the future for Big Dog?
I think Travis and I's vision for Big Dog is just for it to be like kind of the staple local booking agency out here in Northern California. I'd love to get our foot into Sacramento one day, and start booking in that market, start booking with bigger venues, start booking bigger bands through Northern California, because Northern California in and of itself kind of is a weird market. A lot of people could just stop in LA, and that's what they do in California. That's where the tour goes to in California. It just goes to LA, and that's kind of as far as it goes.
They're really not getting the whole
right.
They're really missing part of like a big part where they could be in.
Yeah, I just love seeing these bigger bands come out to Stockton. I think the proof is in the pudding when bands tell me like, oh yeah, this place is cool, like this place is sick, we're gonna come back, whatever.
That's great. That's literally the best thing that you're doing right there. And so you would go on the post, you're going to try to expand, and you're trying to make a staple, like Big Dog Booking is here in Stockton.
Exactly. It's a cool market. I think we just need a little bit more development. Now more than ever, I see younger kids going to shows. I see younger kids like coming out. A lot of them see what happens in Sacramento and the Bay Area, and I feel like a lot of them kind of have that same mindset, like, why isn't this happening in Stockton? As far as like what we have for Big Dogs like in the works, we have some pretty big stuff, but it's like it like further solidifies that kind of like statement we're trying to make, you know, is like, because it's bigger, we're still keeping it Stockton. There's kids out here. You know, they'll come out. They know. I think it just takes the right bands and the right movement.
It's a lot of things to set in motion to get the results.
Right, because when I first started going to local shows, I was probably like 14, 15. Mm-hmm. Me and my girlfriend Lexi. I remember going to shows at the Bush and seeing people like Travis and seeing people like Jacob Koval promoting like their shows like crazy and getting like a lot of people out to their shows at the Bush. And I just don't want to see that die. Yeah. You know? The younger the people are at the shows, the happier I get.
Good.
Like, I'm like, man, like, that's so sick.
Like that used to be me.
Yeah, it gets me so stoked. Hopefully kids keep coming out, you know?
Okay.
I think they will.
Yeah, of course. With Big Dog, they're doing a lot of things. What would you say Big Dog primarily books in? Like any areas or venues?
We primarily book at a venue called Vox Pop.
Okay.
Which is in downtown Stockton. It's kind of an amazing place if you think about it. I kind of found Vox Pop on Instagram when they first kind of like debuted, like their first month of being like a venue rental event place. I hit up Mariah over at Vox Pop like immediately because I think I was booking a show at the time. So I hit up Mariah like right then and there, and she was stoked on it. We made it work, and she kind of comes from that same mindset that I do. I'm about to be 20 years old, but I think she's a bit older than me, but she remembers like the days of like the Empire and like venues like that in Stockton where like there was literally like 200 kids at a show.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's
every weekend. She was a part of seeing that was that lively. I understand that like now is like a different time, especially like social media and streaming. It's kind of easy to just like I don't really feel like going to the show.
It's easy to stay home.
It's so easy to stay home.
Easy, and you're trying to get people out like hey, come out, and you want to make it inviting as possible. Like, come out, it's gonna be fun. You're gonna have a great time.
And I think Mariah and Vox Pop, that whole team, I think they do their best to like make it as comfortable. Like that whole venue is like, it's nice, it's clean, the bathroom's clean. There's like a snack bar. Yeah. Like there's like room to stand. There's like chairs. There's a couch.
You don't have to worry about parking. There's a parking lot right next to it.
There's a parking lot. It's not like you're parking in downtown Sac or downtown San Jose. So that's a plus.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I feel like they do an amazing job of like making kids feel comfortable at shows with just the whole venue space. It's just a really cool space. And the fact that it's in downtown Stockton's like a super big plus.
Oh
like,
yeah.
A venue, like, dude, come on, like a venue in downtown Stockton, like the most prime time area in Stockton, I guess, for like entertainment. I brought my like friends to shows in like super DIY places, and like not to say DIY places are bad, but DIY places can sometimes be sketch.
Yes, of course.
And like the best DIY place ever is right here in your garage, but no, like, dude, I've taken my friends to DIY places and they hate it, you know? They like, I could tell they're like not comfortable being there. I could tell they kind of like show up and they're like, what the fuck did I get myself into?
Exactly.
Like, having an actual place where there's like a fucking, like, there's just room to stand. There's like room to like, you can just walk and like grab something from a snack bar. It's like air conditioned, whatever. Like, it's a very inviting place. Vox Pop's literally the best.
Okay, so it's the best of both ways. Yeah. New people come in, they feel comfortable, but it's also a nice change for people who have been in doing DIY.
Yeah, Mariah's the best. She like is willing to work with anything. She understands the whole culture of, you know, booking touring bands and whatever. I'm thankful that she gives me the chance to book there. She took a chance with Big Dog. She saw what we wanted to do, and yeah, I'm stoked. I'm stoked on Vox Pop. I think it's all sick.
If there's anybody that say, hey, do you want to see any like people like watching or listening to talk about like what would you say like what you can do differently than, let's say, another agent?
What do I do like differently?
Yeah. Would it be like, hey, I promise this show's gonna be great. Like, there's not a problem like that, or
like I think what me and Travis do differently is, I think we have like, for one, we have the touring band in mind because we primarily book touring acts. But I think what separates us is we definitely have the touring band in mind. We keep them in mind like 100% of the time. It's never like a money thing with us.
Okay, perfect. That's honestly like such a nice thing because a lot of places it's all about the money.
I feel like we try not to like let things get stale. We try to shake things up a little bit. We try to keep the lineups really
fresh,
really fresh. From the opener to the headliner, we try to make it like professional as possible.
Okay, professional
as possible, but just making sure that people are getting what they deserve, bands are getting what they deserve.
And that's good too for the locals. If they meet a touring band, they can get advice like, hey, I would like to tour one day. What would I need to do to get?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, we just hit this spot and that spot. Well, I really recommend if you do that, just a small run, and that way the locals are not only just they're performing with these touring bands and making these connections, but they can also learn from them as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I make sure like a lot of these bands have a heart that they're not just bands that are just like wanting to make money or whatever. Like, yeah. Just I think that's what Travis wants to,
Mm-hmm.
Not that I want to speak entirely for Travis, but I know Travis has been in the position where he's like not been able to play shows with his bands that he wanted to play with like touring bands that came through wherever because some shitty local band got on it because they bought all their own tickets. Like that sucks. Like bands need recognition. They need to be able to play these shows, and a promoter needs to be able to like tell a local like, hey, I need you to sell this many, like, and kind of give them the work.
Okay, so I'm really glad we got through these topics about Big Dog and where we're gonna see and how this is gonna be, like, at least try to get to the staple of what Stockton is and how you're gonna get back to the community, and will just help us not only the locals but as well as touring acts.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there anything you want to say before we end this?
I think there's something special about going to a show. Being around a bunch of people you've never met, hearing music you've never actually even heard before,
mm-hmm.
and finding out that that's your favorite band.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's literally the best.
Mm-hmm. And now you created these, like I said, you created these friendship, and you find out things about yourself, like the music that you like about yourself.
Exactly, dude. Like, I wouldn't have met basically, like, all my friends now. Mm-hmm. Like, the only prerequisite you need to have to go to a local show, like, is, do you like music? It's simple.
I feel like that's what Big Dog wants to do with other people. They want to bring new people in, create the show that you would want to go to, as well as try to continue the cycles. Like, I want people to come and then keep locals. Hit up Big Dog. You can find all the information. Hit up Sam. This is all Sam and Big Dog. It's him and Travis running this. So with all that being said, thank you, Sam, for coming out. So,
thanks, dude.
No problem. Yeah. So we hope to see more of Big Dog in the future, and this is the year of the dog.
Thanks.